this video, so let's just go through. All right. The principle of informed consent. Right, the principle of no proper English, bitch. It goes on saying the principle of informed consent, no occult, which means hidden trickery-based sex. By them being occultists, they're trying to hide the activities that lead up to people having sex. It's obvious that they're rapists. Occultist means rapist. Okay, think about it. The principle of no coded speech for confusion. I don't deal in coded speech. I decode things for you. I don't code any hidden messages. That's just stupid. Okay. The principle of being attracted to the martial arts spirit that ends with me. All females should be attracted to it, and the man, no gay, right? He's attracted to the source of this martial art energy if he's really a man, and he doesn't want to be in this world, and he's in the divine order on his way out. All right. The principle of set being less manly and sinking every time they try to teach me something. Okay, so every time they pretend they're superior, they sink more. So when you look at this as a society where everyone acts like a bitch and pretends that they're above people like me, and they're sinking, and it depends on how, who, what, when, where, how, why. What exactly are they doing, to what degree, what culture are they in? That culture's sinking. All the cultures that are allowed are sinking. Even their own Bible, the predominantly Christian culture still, says, Psalms 9:17, the wicked go down to the realm of the dead, all the nations that forget God. They forget that you should be in the divine order. It's very obvious. If you believe in God, you're going to look around, you're going to see the righteous. You're not going to team up with the wicked. You're not going to be in a culture that's wicked. So by default, because of their culture, their lack of obeying the divine order, which ends with me in this world, continues in heaven with God, they're sinking and sinking and sinking, and they're sinking like bitches. Let's face it, how else do you describe it? Such evil bitches, childish, and so on and so forth. It's the principle of no celebrating or obeying cheating snakes, even subtle ones. It's a principle of not only you're supposed to find the person to listen to, but you're not supposed to listen to these guys who are obviously cheating snakes. They're obviously liars. Every culture that's allowed only allows for these lying, cheating snakes. Broken people, evil people. It's foolish to listen to these people. It's the principle of not listening to the people they want you to listen to, and they're trying to coerce you to listen to, which leads you to clashing with them, and some people commit suicide, some people are tortured to death, some people fight to the death. Whatever you got to do to not listen to these people, right? Not do what they say. Okay? The principle of trying not to use images, idols that represent other views. I have tattoos and so on, and they don't exactly represent my view, but I have no better way to express it at the time, at least. So I use these tattoos of various forms of Horus. The idea is I'm the hero, son of God. I have the African tattoos to show you that, hey, I don't have this Western occult perspective or fake African occult perspective. They're warrior tattoos over and over again, and so on and so forth. Okay? And then there's the crypt tattoo that shows the history of my life, right? What I tried to do when I tried to emerge, which is, when you follow the wordplay, C, Rob, P, C, rape, right? You see them with their trickery-based sex is actually rape, pimping, or what have you, right? It's actually forms of rape. Pimps even go as far as to rape their prostitutes often to turn them out, okay? So trauma-based mind control, you see it for what it is, right? And of course, precision, right? It has the word crypt in it, scrambled, and crypt ion, and whatever it is, all right? So the principle of the tattoos context, you have to put my tattoos in their context. I'm not gay. I'm not trying to represent their view. Look at who I am. Look at the bone structure. Look at the way I move historically leading up to this. And they have obviously caused this reduction of body movement. It was very more dramatic before, and you can see it, and it's not in this military guy. My martial art styles and philosophies and the universal moral truths are not compatible with the military, not the police, not any martial arts system that's allowed, not anywhere else. It's not compatible with any philosophy, culture, religion, spiritual, any other spiritual system, any of these things, right? It's the truth, and all these people live by the foundation found Alpha Shun. The Alpha is the true message through nature that God is sending to man, and by rejecting him, they're rejecting the truth, and you can't bring your artificial bitch and pretend it's true. Anyway, the principle of the true pharaoh versus the untrue, who by default is a fair E, right? Anyone pretending to be like me or equal to me, even as the rest of the planet saying they're all on some fairy bitch shit, to make a long story short. Okay? Where are we? Okay. The principle of rallying to the sabotage hero, and he's the champion of champions, it goes without saying. The principle of God only helps those who obey him through me. Everyone else is disrespecting God, disrespecting his son, right? Divine order is play on words for Ra, draw. You have to draw this through the idea. Ra represents, right, brave, be, Ra, vi, okay? Be rave, right? Scramble and ramble. Why do you think I'm talking so quickly? I'm trying to scramble to give you these ideas, and it's not that simple when you're fumed and drugged and harassed, and females are shunning you, and everyone's acting like a bitch. Principle of not being able to redeem yourself because your forefathers, etc., were not man enough to obey God through the last valid top martial art order. It's the principle that you can't redeem yourself. This is a key principle. All of you write this down. The principle of not being able to redeem yourself because your forefathers bred you, and they weren't man enough to obey God through the last valid top martial arts. These people, after I die, can't redeem themselves. Okay, it's a matter of principles of good. Okay, the principle of reading potential opponents quickly and effectively with the spectrum technique. Okay, so there's a spectrum of things. There's a spectrum of height, a spectrum of weight, a spectrum of energy, and so on and so forth. There's various spectrums, and everyone's pretty much an open book. Even me right now, you can tell by the spectrums that I'm a sabotage top martial art hero. Okay, because of the way I